Hello and welcome. It's the second season of Breathe Into the Shadows, and the shadows are getting darker this time around. Hello and welcome to the entire team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so how is it returning to the character? How is it returning to the character? How is it joining it? How is it returning to the characters for this series?
I love it. You're like amazing, amazing.
Now
You've just
seriously.
woken up with your I'm serious.
Okay,
You've just woken up
okay.
with your bouncers, and it's amazing. I love this series. It means a lot to me, and just working with these crazy, talented, amazing human beings, these amazing artists. It's a big privilege, and I'm very happy, and I'm very grateful to be a part of this contingent.
And Naveen, you are joining this cast. It's already had 2 very successful seasons so far, this franchise. And you also have a manic bent to your character from what I can see. What was the exciting part about it?
See, I was, as it is, very excited to join Breathe. So when it came to me, I didn't know much about the character initially, you know. That, like, I hadn't read the script. I had an idea. I had a meeting with Mayank and he gave me a brief about it. I got to read the script much later. So I would have done it anyway, you know. वो manic नहीं होके सीधा भी होता, तो भी I would have done it, honestly. So that was a bonus, and yeah, I feel cool about joining the cast that I had already seen.
There's a lot of excitement
You know,
about
when
you
you
coming on
watch a
board
show,
from your fans.
at that point you don't really know that कि future में इसका अगला आएगा तो आप उसके part होगे. So when I was watching it, I had no idea,
Oh, okay.
you know.
So you watched it before you were
Yeah,
part of
much
it.
before I joined the show. So I was very excited, yeah. And in fact, during one of our readings, I also told him that I feel superb about the character, because you don't really see such characters. It's a very twisted character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or character or characters, as he's saying, Abhishek. Your character, of course, it's something that's very unique, especially in the sense that a lot of times actors meet people to do their research. Were you able to meet somebody with an identity disorder of this kind?
Thankfully, I was equipped with fantastic writers and a director who was so on the ball. I still cannot remember. I've been interacting with Mayank now for 4 years. And I still cannot think of an instance where I asked him a question and he didn't have an answer for it. That's how prepared he is. And Mayank and I spent several hours and days prepping for everything, because we wanted everything pre-decided so that on set we were just executing the scenes, because there's so much to explore. We didn't want to waste time exploring on set. So we spent countless days working out Avinash's character, working out Jay's character and why they would do certain things, what would be their motivation, how would they be different but how would they be similar. We plotted maybe 10 years down the line how they would still be. So there was an in-depth work that Mayank made me do on the characters.
It was very detailed as well, the script. So I understand all the effort that goes into it. Saiyami, always a pleasure to see you on screen for a lot of reasons. The first, this first season you joined, which is the second, or the first season of Breathe Into the Shadows, you had a very pivotal character, and I liked watching you explore that. I read somewhere you said it was based on Pretty Woman, and I saw that in parts where, like when you get into the car and you're just business, right? You go around and you put your conditions in place, and there. I know you like playing different characters. How did you approach this one?
So more than me saying it, was something that Mayank told me that we'd like to keep that as a reference. Julia Roberts as a reference when we met for the first season. The first season, like you said, I was there, my journey with Jay, and then of course the whole mystery of C16 that we ended with. So this season is just doubly exciting for me, because we are exploring the personal life of what Shirley is going through at this period in her life. Of course, her journey with Jay continues, and what happens. It was great fun because I got to finally work with Amit, because we didn't really have anything to do in the first season together. So that was a lot of fun as well. So I feel there are a lot more layers in this season for me as a character. So I was very excited to, just come back to the Breathe family.
Please allow me to say that
Yes,
to her
yes,
as well.
please
To
go
her.
ahead. Yeah.
We had some amazing scenes, and she's amazing.
I mean, I didn't catch that from the trailer, but now I'm looking forward to that dynamic as well. This is a series that is downbeat, it's gritty, it's claustrophobic, it's dark. What is the appeal to come back to it, Mayank, for the third season? I'm glad you did because I'm
Seventh year,
riveted.
yeah, absolutely. So it's a journey of 7 years, you know, starting from Breathe season 1 and then getting evolved to Breathe into the shadows of season 1, then season 2. So a very exciting, very, very fulfilling, you know, journey it has been. A great learning experience, you know, to in probably your, you know, and at that point of time, you know, it was very important because this medium was quite new. You know, people are, the technicians, a lot of filmmakers were exploring it. You know, we were making mistakes, we were learning by just observing content from the other side and reading about them and by our own experiences. And to have their confidence on me throughout, you know, from day one, the day I narrated, I met for the first time to all of them, you know, Naveen, Amit, Abhishek, Saiyami as well. You know, they have really kind of surrendered and been a great collaborator because that is what makes you, you know, really go for it. You need that support, you need that collaboration, and we are all, you know, all together in this. I always say, you know, a series, you know, is such a extensive medium, you know, 480 minutes of content. It's not only about one character, so, you know, and everybody understands that what is the value of the other actor, the other character, and what they are bringing onto the table, and that's how they react really well to it. And they promote me really well, you know, they kind of push me also while we were making last season. When we were talking about this season, and, you know, it's important to delve into Shirley's life now, you know, Amit's, the
Their
other
inner
side
demons.
of, absolutely,
Yeah.
and let them, and that's the uniqueness about this season. We all know about the DID aspect of
Yeah.
Avinash and Jay. But yet at the same time now, how do these characters really surprise the audiences?
Yeah, how do you keep them hooked, right? Because now the wall between your two
Yeah.
characters has shattered. So it's essentially maybe it's a struggle for survival for Avinash when it comes to Jay, which is also the classical struggle for good versus evil, which is something that we all love to see on screen. But you playing it in a very different way. After your body of work, Abhishek, to do a character like this, do you feel it is more enriching and rewarding as an actor and that you can bring more to it now?
Well, somewhere deep down inside, I think every actor hopes that they have the ability to try and let the character jump off the material. You hope that you can bring something to the table that maybe adds on to what is there. But we all also understand and respect that whatever's written is your foundation. And if you don't have a solid foundation, there's not much you can build on that. So you hope to be able to do that. That's the quest. I am not so sure if Mayank had brought Breathe to me, say, 10, 15 years ago, I'm not sure whether I would have had the confidence to agree to try and do it. I think every actor also has to go through their own journey of building up their own self-confidence in their own craft. And I'm not saying I'm anywhere where I need to be, but there's definitely that much more confidence that, okay, I can give it a shot. Let me try. Early in your career, you're very apprehensive to try because possibly you're low on confidence. You need to build up that body of work before you can dare to, you know, to say, okay, I'll bring it on, I'll try it. So yes, I'm glad it came to me at the point that it did because I enjoyed playing it. It was immensely difficult and challenging, but there was a great sense of satisfaction once you're done with it. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
and,
that's
I, and I
something-
hope I've managed to add something to it. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And I really felt that you wanted to experiment in that long form which this presented itself as an opportunity to you, and that similar for everybody who had that opportunity to explore this series in its length and breadth, and especially you, Amit. I like your approach to your character. I don't know how much of that was there and how much you added to it, but I like that world wariness that you brought, that sort of cynicism that you brought, while also managing to arrest our attention all that time. So, tell me about that. It couldn't have been easy piecing all that together.
For an actor, for an artist, when you're creating a character specifically, the foundation is very important. So when you compliment me or someone sees my performance and they're affected by it, and then they notice something, your craft, your motivation, your method, for me the whole compliment goes to Mayank and his set of writers. First I would like to compliment the writers, because I think especially in Breathe, especially with this team, the script and the role, the character comes baked. And I would like to say this, I've said this earlier, I think I worked with a lot of directors and they've been really nice and good to me, but I think the way Mayank applies with me, or the way he directs me or motivates me, no one has taken that much effort. At least he takes a lot of effort and pain and communication, and I'm very grateful for that. I think that allows me to submit, and you will never shine. I always say you're always allowed to shine. So when you shine, you've been allowed, so you have to be grateful. So that's it.
This is a fantastic ensemble effort, I have to say. And Mayank, there's a lot of classicism in the way you approach the psychological thriller part of this. If I may ask you, did you, in your way, want to pay tributes to the classics such as Seven or maybe even Split? Did you ever have those as reference points while making it? Having said that, of course, it was very unpredictable. I'm not saying it went in the same direction, but maybe parts of it. Were you paying tribute?
No, I would not say that, because the references, absolutely, we love these films. I've been, fans of, the kind of cinema you've been talking about. But, when you're creating content for a large format storytelling narrative, it changes the game. The dynamics are totally different. And that's not my reference point when I conceive, or conceptualize. So I operate out of, pure emotions. So, if you see, if you talk about Avinash, Jay, when you have seen the 12 episodes of the last season, you kind of, I want the audience to feel the dilemma. Who should they root for? At a point they were with Avinash, but once you get to know Jay's backstory, you kind of you relate to him. Same goes with Kabir. Every character, his guilt, what is really pushing him hard, and why is he, why he thinks like this, that it's my duty to save the world. So everything derives from emotion for me. And writing a series and directing a series is a different. There's a different tonality, a texture to it. You need to have that different rhythm, which I would say, we tumbled, we learned, we were successful at few points. I think I've been lucky that I got to write and direct 3 seasons. I could learn from my, past mistakes, the good points, the bad points, whatever it is, experiences. Yeah, so that really helped. But yes, Seven is one of my favorite films for sure.
Well, yes, absolutely. Though it's iconic, and I think the mark of a good series is that it keeps you way past your bedtime. After all, you're all competing with our sleep, and I think you win. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to binge watch season 3.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.